The Miami Hurricanes returned to practice after spring break. Today was the fourth practice of the spring. They were in uppers, but not full pads, expecting to do that on their next practice, which will be number 5 on Thursday. So really looking forward to that. Really hoping to get a close look at the offensive line and defensive line. We're hearing that we're going to be able to be down at the other end of the field to be able to see them. Hopefully it is in that practice. If not, hopefully soon. So today I focused a lot on the tight ends. I want to speak about that position. Also watch some of the other offensive positions as well. If you haven't seen the videos that I've been posting, I recently posted videos of the safeties and cornerbacks, getting a chance to see those guys, as well as some one-on-one stuff with the offense and defensive line. But again, we're at the clear other end of the field, so the videos aren't great, but please understand that I'm trying to get the best shot possible for you guys. And I would check it out because you get a chance to see some of the new guys on the offensive line with Francis Mauigoa, Matt Lee, Samson Okunlola. So it was good to see those guys, as well as defensive linemen Thomas Gore and Branson Dean. Branson spoke after practice today, a transfer from Purdue. He's certainly excited to be at Miami. He said he's watched a lot of film on Leonard Taylor, really just wants to come in and be able to fit in with the rest of the guys that Miami has. He's not going to get a real chance to see that throughout the spring because of the other defensive tackles who are out, Jared Harrison-Hunt, as well as Leonard. But he did say he's really impressed with Nigel Kelly, second-year defensive end. He's a guy that spoke after practice as well. Said he's up to about 250 pounds. He definitely looks noticeably bigger than he did last year. He said he was about 230, 240 last season, so that's good to see. But Branson's impressed by Nigel Ake, and I think that's a good sign. So a guy coming from another school has a great perspective on what he's seeing at Miami, so that's always good to hear, whether it's a veteran guy like Branson who has got 1 year of eligibility left, or just some guy coming from another school, making that transition. Another guy making the transition, I want to speak about him because I watched him a lot today, and I've watched him throughout the spring, and that's Cam McCormick, a tight end transfer from Oregon. His story's been well documented in terms of his age, how many years he's been in college, 7 years at Oregon, first year at Miami. He did say, even though he's got another year of eligibility, he is hoping things work out well enough for him so that he can move on after this year. But he's got another year of eligibility if he needs to use it. He's been through a lot of injuries. The players on the team, Xavier Restrepo spoke after practice about it, just that the guys understand the journey he's been on. I think he's providing great leadership, not only to the tight ends, where he's doing a great job with that first unit, as it looks right now, again today on that first group, but also just with the team. He's got great perspective on everything he's been through as a player, but also playing for different coaches, and he played for Coach Cristobal as well. And somebody asked him after practice about, what's it like, or what is, Mario Cristobal's way, and he just basically said, he expects a professional approach, which is what we've seen with Coach in this first full year since he's been at UM, and a guy like Cam that's been around Coach even longer. I think he's able to, explain that to other players even better. So, Cam's doing a good job there on that first unit. Riley Williams, I want to speak about him because he was among a number of guys in red jerseys today. Some non-contact stuff, some limited at practice, but he was out here, and that was good to see. So that was good. Also, Frank Ladson, he was here right at the end, right before they went on spring break, but he was out here at wide receiver. And then Michael Redding III was out here. I was at the end zone and watching receivers run these great routes across the field, and Michael kind of came right in my area, and he was just really excited. He was just not to me, but just expressing his excitement for feeling good and being back out on the field. So I know he's excited, and Xavier talked about this offense, really likes the offense from what they see, likes Kevin Beard. Basically what we're hearing from a lot of the players is Coach Dawson, the offensive coordinator, is a player's coach. So we're hearing a lot of positivity with the new coaches, which is good to hear. Anytime you have a new coaching staff, you never know how it's going to go over. They dealt with it last year with the new coaches, and they're doing it again this year, and the players certainly seem to be taken to, especially the offensive side of the ball. We didn't get a chance to talk to Coach Cristobal today, but he's supposed to talk on Thursday, so looking forward to getting his thoughts after what will be 5 practices in. We didn't get any assistants after practice either. Hopefully we get some thoughts from what they have to say, especially the new guys. There's still a lot of new guys. We did get the coordinators. If you haven't seen, check the interviews out earlier. But, going back to the tight end spot, and with Cam there on the first team, and again, first team wide receivers, same guys as it was from the last practice, from what we saw, Colby Young, Xavier Restrepo, and Jacoby George. We'll see how things kind of transpire throughout the spring. Isaiah Horton's a guy that has great leaping ability. Xavier spoke about that, so that's good to see. Good to hear that he's doing okay. A guy trying to make an impact in his second year. But with the offensive line, it's kind of what we expected. Jalen Rivers, left tackle. Javian Cohen there at left guard. Matt Lee, Inez Cooper, and then at right tackle is still Francis Mauinoa. So that was how it kind of shook out there. But again, tight end McCormick. Some people are wondering, what about Jaleel Skinner? He's right there on that second group. He's doing well. But I just think with the experience of McCormick, who did play a full season last year, and I think that definitely should not be unnoticed because of all the things he went through. He did play a full season last year, has the experience as a blocker and as a tight end catching the ball. I mentioned we were able to see Riley Williams go through some routes. We also see Jackson Carver as well, but Elijah Arroyo is still dealing with the injury, so we're not able to see him out at practice. But it's good seeing these tight ends and kind of just switching back to the wide receivers. Seeing these guys kind of run these long routes across the field, I think it's got a chance for some guys with speed to really open up, and I think it's going to be good if the wide receivers can really connect with Tyler Van Dyke and the quarterbacks, to come up with some big plays. Coach Dawson, once again, wants big plays with this offense once in the passing game. So hopefully we will start to see more of that if we are able to see them go against the defense, to see if they're able to connect there with those big plays. But certainly that's something that they're looking forward to doing. I spoke about good seeing some injured guys out here. Akeem Mesidor was in full uniform, so that was great to see. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he does in the spring. Coming off his first year at Miami, he's a guy that's progressed each and every year he's been in college, and I expect him to do the same, make an even bigger jump, going into his second season at Miami at their defensive end. He's got a new number 3, as opposed to going with 90 last year, so it's a good look for him. I'm expecting a big spring, a big season for him. It's just great seeing him out here. And going back to, once again, we're going to get a chance to see these linemen up close, be able to show you guys more videos of that, so really looking forward to showing you that. Speaking of video today, I'm really disappointed because I left my memory cards at home. Really disappointed that I'm not able to show you guys the good quality videos that you're used to seeing. However, I was able to get my phone out there, show you guys some clips from the tight end position in particular. So I'll have those up on the channel, but once again, please be understanding that it's not going to be the best quality that you're used to seeing. And again, just trying to do my best out here, but I'll make sure I'm on point for next time, next practice. Definitely early start today, as it's been every practice. Also too, a little bit cooler today. I want to mention that. A little bit cooler. It was about in the 60s or so when they got started. So it's a little bit cooler than it's been. So that's good to see, just a little bit temperature change out here on Green Tree practice fields. And you can see right behind me, it looks great. Guys are cleaning up the field afterwards, putting the pads away. They got the jugs machine right behind me. So yeah, a lot of people still doing work. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. 4 practices in, 11 still to go, including the spring game on April 14th at Drive Pink Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, home of Inter Miami, where they had the spring game last year. It's gonna be a night game there for the spring game, so that'll be should be a great atmosphere. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a good rest of the day, and take care.